It's time for another show-stopping Sammy.
And we're frying up some oysters till they're golden crunchy.
And then we are layering the most epic BLT of all time.
Slice it up, and your guests will be praising you.
You're gonna say, "Oh shucks,
Oh, shucks.
oh shucks, you shucked those oysters just for me." I love it. So I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
Oh shucks, it's my favorite loon.
You better be.
I know. You're the only loon in the world. I tell you what, we are taking BLT, which so many people love a BLT, and we're just gonna, why not add fried fish to it?
Totally.
Because why not? It's so delicious. So let's do it.
Fried oysters are the bee's knees.
I know. I mean, we love oysters on the half shell, but frying them up. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I've got some oil here that I've got heated up to 350.
Awesome. And I've got a bunch of these oysters. Look at that. How many oysters?
That's 8 fluid ounces of oysters. So now
we got these.
You can get them at like a lot of like really seafood markets or seafood counter of really well-stocked shopping centers. These are actually right off of the coast of Texas, so they were kind of easy for us to find. But
totally.
You can even get them on the half shell and then to shuck them yourselves.
Yes.
But these are big and juicy.
Yes,
these are going to be beautiful.
So good.
Okay,
crunchy.
so now we need to batter them.
Yeah, so I'm going to make a little dry batter here, and I've got a half a cup of flour. And then I've got a half a cup of cornmeal.
For those of you that don't know loon dialect, that's flour. Okay.
And then I have
Tell me again what you had. That was cornmeal and flour.
Yeah,
okay.
half a cup and a half. A half and a half. Mm-hmm. And then I've got a heaping teaspoon. A teaspoon. You know what? I'm just going to add a little more.
These can take some salt.
I love them good and salty. And then I've got some pepper here. Let's just do. I like them.
Okay, well, normally we would do a half a teaspoon, but that's okay.
I like it that way. And then I'm just going to mix these together till they're good and nicely incorporated.
This is so easy because these oysters are already obviously nice and wet. They've got that oyster liqueur on them, as they call that.
Yes,
and so it's just a simple batter, and it's like kind of like fried chicken. You don't have to over batter them, and they just cook up perfectly.
And the great thing about these is if your guests can't eat raw seafood, well, these are cooked.
That's right. Okay, you did good.
I think
that's
I got
good.
that.
You
good.
You
all right,
really
I'm just dumping them in there, Chris.
Dump them.
All right.
Okay, now we're
Hold on, I got a stray one. There we go.
Okay. Now we got it. What's wrong?
Can I have that back?
Oh, yes, you can.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll get rid of it for you.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and get started.
Yeah, go ahead and do that
So
for me.
I'm gonna use my fingers. I will obviously wash my hands before I start fondling other things in the kitchen.
You do that. Actually, I'm glad you're doing that because then I can do my other stuff.
You can do your other
without
tasks.
touching the oysters.
That's right. Right. We don't want to. These are not good to touch and then touch something else.
Yes.
So don't.
Yes.
Make sure whenever you're doing this, what I'm doing right here, you're going to wash your hands.
Yeah. Can they? There you
so
go.
okay.
There you go.
So get them nice and coated, and like I said, I've got some oil here that is heated
good,
to 350 degrees, and these do not take long at all. So go ahead and get going on your.
Right. So
I'm going to start. Well, let's watch this. It's fun.
Oh,
okay.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
No, I could watch this all day.
I know.
So we also want a nice a spread for this Sammy, this show-stopping Sammy.
It is a showstopper.
And mayonnaise is just not enough. You got to add a little heat to it since it's kind of southern. So we've got
it's very southern.
2/3 cup of mayonnaise here, and then I'm going to eyeball it, probably about 2 tablespoons or teaspoons of sriracha. How's that, Chris?
That's great.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
I love sriracha.
And now I've got some lemon juice. This is just a teaspoon of lemon juice, and and this is all. It just adds that little bit of heat. Not too much, just enough. Just enough.
It's just enough.
Hold on.
So that's great. So he's going to mix that up.
And did we talk about the bread?
We'll do that in a moment.
All right.
I'm going to go wash my hands, and then we're going to continue telling you how we are going to build the most amazing BLT you've ever laid your eyeballs on.
Amazing. Yeah.
Look at those babies. Those are beautiful.
Those are good and crunchy.
So crispy. So we let those go in the oil for about 4 to 5 minutes. You just want to get them really good and crunchy. And I even, to help facilitate even crunchiness all over, I get a pair of forks and just turn them over. And then when they look good, and like I said, that's usually after about 4 minutes, get either a spider or a metal spatula or something to help remove them from the oil. Place them, if you can, place them on a paper towel, and then let them drink.
Let them cool.
Yeah.
And then we got this bread.
Yum.
Look at that bread. That is some country white. We got this from our local bakery. We just cut some nice, not too thick, but I like them, you know, larger than what you get in a
sandwich loaf.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you can find that, a lot of bakeries, even supermarkets, will sell a whole loaf and you slice it yourself.
Yeah, I just get a serrated knife, if you will.
If you can't find that, you could just good old quality sliced bread will do just fine.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, let's toast
While
the
you're
bread.
doing that, so we got rid of our skillet full of oil. Now, the way I like to toast this, you could toast it in the oven or in the toaster oven like, you know, a normal human being, of course, or you can kind of really amp up the flavor.
Yeah, if you're doing this, Sammy, why don't you do it?
Let's just do it right.
Toast it like this.
So we're going to melt some butter in a nice large skillet that we got here.
Yes.
And then I've got our beautifully sliced bread that the loom cut so wonderfully.
Look at that.
And
those fit in there nicely.
They did. So they're fit as a, what is that called?
Fit as a fiddle.
Fit as a fiddle, a bug in a rug. Anyway, so that's gonna just cook until they get nice and toasty.
Yeah.
No, let me tell you.
Yeah, and then we got some. Obviously, we have to have bacon with the BLT.
For a BLT, that would be
the bacon and the lettuce and the
crime
tomato
with no bacon.
Yeah.
So we've got. I made this in advance. It's so easy, but please don't. You know what you can do? You've probably seen us do this before. Is just turn your oven on to I usually turn it on 375. I get a baking sheet. I line it with foil, and then the loon actually just put out some strips of bacon for it, and then we let it go for about, depending on if they're thick cut or thin, whatever. These were thick cut, of course.
Yeah. So they took a little longer, like 20 minutes.
About 20 minutes, and they stay flat. And look, they just are cooked perfectly.
Yes, and then I take them out and I get them out of that oil and I put them on a paper towels.
Yeah, and then it becomes a constant struggle to keep him from eating. Me too. So, okay, we're going to let these go just until they get nice and toasty. Then we're going to do these, and then we're going to build the greatest BLT of all time. It's time. Let's do it.
It's time to build that Sammy.
Let's do it. That should be a game show.
Yeah.
So anyway, look at this bread. It's just, I love doing this in the butter. It keeps it kind of soft, but yet kind of crispy.
Yeah.
You can do it in the toaster oven if you want. But anyway, we cooked this until it got nice and toasty. Go ahead.
Okay. I want to show everybody.
Oh, okay. And then I flipped it, and it's good to go. Also, I wanted to say, if you're going to do this in advance, you can keep these warm in an oven. The oysters. Okay. Build away. I'm normally serving him, but we're each serving him. I'm usually making his food for him. And but
you're not serving me.
I know.
I love this not hot.
Yeah, we should clarify. It's
jacked up mayonnaise.
It's got a little zest to it. If you do not,
it's a little jacked up mayonnaise.
If you do not like anything with any kind of heat, then just use good old plain old mayonnaise. That's the way I used to do this. But Wesley said, "Let's add a little sriracha."
Let's do it. And now I am adding the prize possession, or the prize of the sandwich.
Yes.
I am just loading this up, y'all.
This makes 2 very, very healthy sandwiches. You can double the recipe to feed 4 people easily.
Yay!
These are big slices of bread.
Okay, now we've got bacon.
Bacon!
Bacon! And just pile the bacon on.
Again, bacon the same way. If you made this in advance, you can keep it heated in a warm, low temperature oven. Oh my gosh, I'm salivating.
I know. Then I'm going to put a big old tomato on mine.
Oh, I love it. I'm just going to put 1 tomato. Sometimes I get so much tomato on there. I'm like, I can't eat all this.
And I need a little salt and pepper.
Yep. Add a little, you want to season as you go, so we're going to add a little salt.
I hope people can see my whole sandwich because it's tall.
I bet
it's probably
they can.
coming out of the picture.
Oh, I hope not. Okay.
They've got yours over there.
That's true. And then we're going to top with a little bit of course, we got to have a little of the L.
Yeah, it's a little lettuce. Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little.
The most unimportant thing of this. I'm kidding.
Exactly.
It's probably the most important thing. Okay.
Who needs
by the way,
lettuce?
where are Ebb and Flow? Have you seen them?
I have no idea.
I don't know. They're never here. If
I know. Well, this bacon is here. You would think.
You would think.
Oh, but Flo's not a real seafood eater.
She's not. I think seafood makes her like. It makes you think of cats.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna squish. Y'all look
Wow, that's a doozy. Now I can't believe I usually am the one that does this. Now be careful. Do it really well.
Okay.
Oh, you guys, this is for the record books.
Okay. There you go.
Anticipation. Okay.
Oh,
that crunch.
I'm gonna lift up one so people can see inside. Look at that, you guys. Look at that, Sammy. Okay.
That's a BLT that.
Yeah.
Well, let's wait till we take a bite.
Yes.
Oh, such a crunch.
All right. I'm going in. Here we go.
I told you.
That is.
Isn't it good?
I got so much in my mouth.
I'm gonna say that Wesley, as he's become an older loon, as he's aged a little bit, he's not so sure if he likes things that are too fishy.
Careful where you tread there.
I know. I bet that he's gotten a little like, he doesn't want it to be super fishy, and I get that.
That is so good. I'm just gonna stop you to talk about how old I am.
Well, not just as you've aged.
Y'all. You know, oysters on the half shell, sir. Fry your oysters. Those are 10,000% Loon approved.
I can't stop eating this. You guys, you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
And by the way, before you make it, would you subscribe to our YouTube channel?
I think you told them that the first time.
Have I told them that?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it anyway. Anyway, we love you so much.
We love you.
This is the best BLT you'll ever make. Your
I know.
friends will flip.
So good.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye, y'all.
We love you.